Old friends are like old memories. They always remind you of your past, and we are reminding ourselves of the past episodes from this week of Good Company for the Best of Good Company with me, Hollie Taylor. I'm Hollie Taylor, and I love nature. For me, that's a big part of being Canadian, is our connection with our roots and nature. And there was actually a photographer just down the road from us in Burlington, and he took a picture just a couple weeks ago. Actually, it was just last week, the 28th of February. And this image just seems so perfect for where we are right now. Imagine this. Icy Lake Ontario, and there is a bald eagle on the ice. There is also a Canadian goose, and they were fighting. It just was so weird. I've never seen anything like this before, and it just seems so fitting for what we're experiencing right now. Bottom line, the eagle, after 20 minutes of trying to, eat some dinner, gave up. He's like, this Canadian goose is too much. Not your average goose. It's Canadian. So see that image just was really sweet because I just feel like sometimes we need some encouragement. And you might think that the goose was the underdog to an eagle, but you just never know what will happen. So it got me thinking, because I just felt so Canadian. What are some things that you're like, yeah, that's Canadian. That is a part of what makes us us. I would say sometimes we say sorry as just I'm sorry you feel bad, but I didn't do anything wrong, but I'm still saying I'm sorry. So you have to read the tone of the I'm sorry. And for me, that just feels very Canadian. Producer Mike, when you think of Canadian, what is something you'd attribute to that's so Canadian?
This stereotype that we're all hockey fans.
Yeah.
I might watch a couple of games a year.
Yeah. But you're not really. But hockey has that vibe.
Yeah.
So Canadian. And when you win gold, I mean, how can you not associate it with with our country?
It's not that I don't celebrate.
Yeah, of course. All right. So what is something for you that just screams Canadian? Text in 905-338-1250. I'm Hollie Taylor here for Good Company, and that's what we're talking about today. Things that just scream Canadian. Love this message. This is from Chris. He says, my neighbors right now have their trees ready to tap maple syrup. So Canadian. But I mean, how could we not? So many people have maple trees in their front yard, and maple syrup is so good. Love it. Okay, what else are you saying? That's so Canadian. This is from Ginny. She says, I saw a guy the other day wearing shorts. It's still winter. Yeah, that kind of screams Canadian. What else would you add to the list? 905-338-1250. Double or regular. If you know what that is, you know you're a Canadian coffee drinker. Absolutely. Oh, man. Canadian humor. Do we have Canadian humor? This is from Laura, 905-338-1250. I think our humor is maybe rooted in British humor a little bit. We love a good laugh, maybe sometimes a little on the dry side. You know what? We'll go with it. We have some of the funniest people in the world. Second City, is that what it's called? Yeah. So many of those actors and actresses, and even to this day, make it onto international stages for their comedy. So yes, Canadian humor. We're a funny crew. I mean, we have to be. We're generally cold. I'm Hollie Taylor for Joy Radio, and today happens to be National Employee Appreciation Day. So I'm kind of curious, did your boss do something special for you today? Our boss did not get the memo, bless his heart. But it's always nice to feel appreciated, whether it's somebody bringing in donuts, whether it's someone just saying, hey, you did a great job on that project. It just makes you feel, I think, a little more motivated. So this doesn't have to be work stories, but maybe just in life, maybe at church. They did a volunteer appreciation day. I'm curious, what is it that makes you feel seen and like your efforts have definitely positively impacted somebody else? The best little bit of appreciation you've received. Text in 905-338-1250. I'm Hollie Taylor. We're talking about those moments where we truly felt appreciated. And I think I just generally feel appreciated. I just absorb it however I can. someone says something kind or that they liked a project results that I was able to be a part of. So I think the words of affirmation for me make me feel appreciated. Producer Mike, when's the last time you felt appreciated at any of your jobs?
Honestly, it was at this job and it was on Monday.
Oh.
Yeah, so we had a bunch of birthdays over the past week.
Yeah.
Mine, and can I say yours as well, included?
Yeah.
And so we had like a group birthday party thing for like 5 of us, right?
Yeah.
Like a quarter of the company had birthdays in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That was cool. We had donuts and
Yeah.
coffee and sang happy birthday.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you felt appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice break from just like the everyday hustle.
Broke up the morning a little bit.
Yeah.
It was good.
And donuts. I mean, how can you go wrong?
You can't.
Yeah. I guess unless you're celiac, but we won't go there. Any text messages?
Yes, we have one from Melissa. She says her husband, a few times a year, will just spontaneously bring her flowers on his way home from work.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, he's setting the standard a little high for the rest of us
No
guys,
kidding.
though, eh?
Can he text my husband?
See what I mean? Melissa, what have you done?
Although my husband will occasionally bring me home chocolate,
Nice.
which is the way to my heart.
It's a love language, isn't it?
It really is.
Time
And
spent with chocolate?
yeah, that's the 6th one. Is Hollie Taylor. We were talking earlier today about a seed fair, essentially, that happened in Mississauga over the weekend, and how it's actually pretty fascinating. I know when I happened to stumble upon some of those news articles about Egyptian tombs, and they have seeds often buried with them, and then the archaeologists go and grow these ancient seeds, and they get great grains. It's just such a beautiful glimpse into history. So, in this conversation, got a text message here from Linda, and she says, Holly, do you know that you need to keep your seeds fresh? Linda, no, I did not know. In fact, I have packets of seeds just kind of haphazardly laying around in my garage. So apparently, according to Linda, she says, put all of your seeds in an airtight container and throw in there one of those silica packets. And so, those are the kind of packets that are in different bags that you purchase or your shoes. They keep them fresh. So if you put those in with your seeds, it'll keep them fresh until next year. And it'll also keep them from germinating or getting moldy. So thank you very much, Linda. Did not know that. Now we do. See? We're just learning and growing. That's something that makes me happy. Well, that's a wrap. Those are our favorite memories from this past week. Join me for more Good Company live every weekday from 4:30 till 6 p.m. here on Joy Radio. Oh, and don't forget, you can also catch up by subscribing to our Joy Radio podcast. If you'd like to join in on the conversation, text 905-338-1250. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on Monday.